Hello. We are live. All right. Hello. Welcome to the stream. So, I guess Honk will be typing it into the chat right after. So no repo means that you cannot reposition once you fall off, and people will be penalized if they do fall off. It won't lead to direct elimination, but it will definitely put you in the danger of that. Yep. So CS. So Angel seems to have gotten a boost start, but Frost keeps the lead because it's really hard to overtake with these egg dogs. Oh my! People are falling off to the sides on landing. That's something they have to. There's something they have to look out for. They can probably slow it down to make landings better. Oh, this like 5 cars launched off in that section. Yeah, they're. Yeah, so I believe the top 3 will basically be guaranteed survivals, well, unless they get really screwed up in. Kiki survived. Kiki survived. So that's the 3 survivors we had. Power Ace bonus will be the fact that he has an extra life until 10 players to go. So if he's eliminated, he's not really eliminated. And also the fact, as Honk mentioned earlier, Powerade, Lopesca and Kiki can use a pro car on the next race, which will be Quake Reverse, the regular race. The rest of the people will be using advanced cars. I also see some interesting messages in the chat. A definitive advantage here, and as such, Lopesca takes off already. And Powerade is running second, Kick is right behind. They're gonna be running away now, I believe, unless someone can stop them. They shouldn't be Yeah, this is where the change is gonna be made. This is what I was referring to. Originally, 2 last finishers were going to be eliminated. Epsimo is having difficulties with the traffic. Maybe GG got lost though, because that's more than 50 meters of a loss from the advantage over Epsimo. Epsimo might be able to bounce back from this. We, sh- we should be looking at the back though, because Epsima and C are in a fight, and C made a mistake, so he's falling behind by a bit. And yeah, but this was Epsima about a lap ago, and he managed to come back to right now 13th spot. We'll see if he can pull off something similar. I don't know how familiar he is with the car, and how. And another question is how familiar he is with the lines of the traffic from the other side, because that's definitely a big obstacle, especially since it's hard to predict. GG almost got hit by a ball. It was a very close miss, but now he's running into an oil. C does too. Epsima's ahead of him now. Oh, there's a crash. That was Frost, I believe. Yeah, I don't know if he knows whether his positions compared to Vlad matter here, but they are gonna finish in that order, which means that C is going to be eliminated. He definitely didn't like the car, and I feel like he made a choice out of the blue here, because he didn't expect to have to pick an advanced car for this race, and he might have been mirroring what Frost was doing, because I believe they were driving the same cars. But C has already left the lobby, and yeah, I do think he was dissatisfied with his choice. The So the next race will be a regular elimination with a quite special car. The same car for everyone, of course. And the track will be Rooftop Swan reversed. And you might be able to guess the car from that. It's going to be Probe UFO. One elimination, as I mentioned. Because so the start is not gonna be what matters here, unlike most other races. Your performance in the other sections matter way more, because the cars have way more space and they are way more spread out. Lopeska, I believe, got really lucky there. We have one elimination, so we will probably want to focus on the end of the field again. Yeah, I do believe Riles was afraid of the track right before the race, and it seems like he is running at the back. Bit of wiggle. Yeah, that was a bit of a pickle, and he did survive that. Gigi is ahead of him, Epsima and Xerdion are behind, and Angel Unit is in the back of the pack. Yeah, he got knocked off by Riles. He was trying to recover from his mistake. And he misjudged that situation, but it's really hard if you're a new driver to probe UFO. Like, if you don't drive it out that often, to judge if you can or cannot fly over certain spots. And you might wanna go safe with those. Because I don't believe any of these players are gonna be top performers here, and yeah, Angel Unit tried a bit of a shortcut. I don't know if that comes from the lack of knowledge of the track, but he did pass Froxit now, so it's gonna be on him and Riles to finish. Otherwise, and if they can finish, Froxit is gonna be eliminated. That was a really close finish, and Fluxit had a nice flight, I believe. I was looking at Angel Unit, and he made a small mistake, which was actually hard to avoid the way he was coming on there. But the whole race mattered here, which resulted in this. Fluxit made a really nice comeback right at the end. The next challenge is gonna be also at least as insane, because we'll be racing another irregular car, the new Rootmaster on Metro World. We'll also be handing out another bonus award, which will be revealed afterwards. And we'll have one elimination here. And is no one gonna die from the U-turn? Kiloboros was trying to do that, but Fluxit was gonna go round. They are having difficulties. Fluxit is reversing. Riles and Lopez could get caught up. Fluxit crashes into Epsima there, and now Riles is in the bag. Yeah, there's like 5 players at the very end of the field, quite close together, including Frostbitten, Epsima, Riles, Gigi, and Fluxit. And I believe the first place Ashen has already started the second lap. There's big gaps forming, and Yeah, the star has been taken. It seems like it's been Frost. I believe Frost kept going when the star was used, so I think it was him, and I can believe it being Frost because he's one to go for these opportunities. Or he had a battery. Oh, he's now sideways. Riles Riles is in the middle of mayhem right there. He got caught in the zap, he got stopped, he ran into power 8 on the way down, and now he crashed into the chair, got stuck, and he's still only 50 meters behind. This is anything but over. He he might get lapped here. Ashen is not far behind. Yeah, so as I mentioned, Ashen was coming, and I do believe he was the one who turned Riles because he couldn't avoid him. So yeah. Yeah, no, Frost was kind of flying because of that, and they were probably trying to avoid each other, but they didn't know which sides to go on. It might be similar to one of those situations IRL when you come across someone else, but I'm not gonna continue with that because Absima is falling behind and is only... There's 2 cars right ahead of Riles. Oh. So, with that done, there's a bonus awarded to Ashen. So his domination did matter, and you explained it because I'm not... You've seen this car before today, you're seeing it again. UFO. And it's a very unique track, downhill jump. UFO can do this track in like 15 seconds. So, is it gonna be... The first person might be able to finish in time trial times. Some of us have tried the track in that mode before, and I know we were really close, but can you do that consistently is the question.
One single lap on downhill jam with
Let's
the
see.
UFO.
Let's see how spectating this will be because there's so many different lines. As I see Fluxit flying off. Okay, now he's back on track. The back consists of Gigi and Riles. Did Riles forget?
Oh my god! Look at the times. It's going to be Frost in the back, but it won't matter.
Yeah, I did forget.
It won't matter.
The back doesn't matter. The win matters, and Powerade is safe for the next few races.
Now,
Museum 1.
Yes.
Bottom 4 matters.
something that I want to point out is that I tested both of these cars and found that their top speed is almost the same. There's about what? Who is that?
There were AI on the track. Frost accidentally toggled that option, I believe. Frost turned on multiplayer CPU. I don't know how he did that. Like, we sometimes leave that on accidentally as host, but he explicitly had to turn it on. He probably toggled the wrong option.
Okay, now as I said, we will not be seeing an elimination on this track, and also, I found that the new Route Master only goes a couple miles faster, 1 or 2 miles faster than the Clockwork 14 at top speed. Now the difference is it's going to be a lot easier to control the new Route Master.
Yeah. Oh, except like that in oil. Also, Ashen's been navigating the chaos really well. I've been looking at his perspective. He's in P5 with the Clockwork. I believe he's the best running Clockwork at the moment. Although now he falls, he's just gonna flip. Yeah, he's doing well with that. GG does a really nice jump down behind him.
Likely going to be seeing some issues at this part of the track. The zap has been activated. Not going to be hitting many people, and the Clockworks are getting railed by these new Route Masters as they go across. Floxit very far back. Does have a full 2.5 laps to make it up though. Now, as predicted, we see a lot of the Clockwork 14s in the back. Ashen has now fallen back to 6, is still at the front, but he's at the front of the Clockworks.
So P8 to P12 is what we're gonna be looking at. Vlad gets shot, GG blows up.
We're actually going to be seeing some issues for some of these racers on the ramp. Now, what they don't know is there is a way to get up with the Clockwork 14, even if you don't have enough speed to go up the way you think. So we'll see if players are able to adapt, if they're put in the situation where they need to. It might come up in Museum 1. We saw some of the racers getting caught up on that huge ramp. Frost has a bomb blow up, no big deal though, and it's going to be Vlad on lap 2 in 11th place. But the thing is, it's not an elimination. Vlad popping the battery, going to be falling further back here.
It's not elimination, but it's a fight between 7th and 8th place that matters the most, because 7th place has no chance of being eliminated after this race. Oh, Frost getting a bit lucky there, but Royals passes him back. Frost has the zap and zaps both Royals and GG and the new Route Master.
Greets the two Clockwork brothers with a nice little zap. Hits Ashen with the shockwave as well. Ashen recovering quite well from it. So right now we see Royals, GG, Floxit, and Vlad in the hot seat once again as we head into lap 3. Got about half the track remaining on this lap. Probably less than that at this point. GG getting bullied by those rockets as they head up into this ramp. Floxit gonna have no acceleration on that ramp, and he even has to get a full repo.
But also ahead of them, Royals and Frost are fighting, and GG. This is for P7. Frost is falling to the right. Royals is trying to make the jump. He's not going to be able to do that, which is very much a loss. Frost gained like 30 meters from that. And he's also gaining on Ashen. I think Frost is still trying to pass Ashen as well.
As he should.
That puts one car between him and the elimination. Like, right now, he's still safe, but that shockwave puts him out of safety. Only for a second, but you do get my point. He's in danger because there's only 20 meters. If he was ahead of Ashen, that would be one car, but Ashen is now 70 meters ahead. He's pulling away a bit. I don't wanna say things too soon though. It's still half a lap to go. They are at the U-turn section. And
Keeping
Frost
in
is also
mind,
doing decent right now.
7th place is the last remaining position that you can be in before you are in this elimination challenge, and you do not want to be in it. So everyone desperately trying to catch Frost. It's not happened yet. GG with a nice zap is going to be
And-
using it defensively.
And they're not working together at all. I expected them to maybe target Frost. Ashen has to reverse up there.
And he does manage to get up. He's holding on to 7th, but GG made it up despite the shockwave. And the ramp is coming. Now we saw Frost nail the landing. He does have to get a repo this time around. Ashen going for a full repo. It doesn't work out though. And he's now in 8th place. He does get the repo down that time, but G nails the landing and goes in reverse. And it is going to be Ashen.
GG is safe. Ashen bells with that last...
wow.
With the difficulties with those last sections, because we have Petrovals coming up with the Clockwork 14 among the bottom 4 players, and one of them gets eliminated, the last finishing person. Was to get eliminated here, would Powerade be the one to get the bonus?
So if Ashen were to be eliminated here, then the person who came in first place right in this race specifically gets it. So
Ashen does get off to a really strong start though. And it's 50 meters between him and Rails already. I think he does know quirky cards fairly well. And he's been showing it mostly because he still came he came third out of all the Clockworks in the previous race.
Right.
So,
and he was out of elimination until a choke at the very end. Now we see him putting that on full display. Everyone else missing that ramp except for Ashen. But then Ashen, yeah, so a little bit of distance bug there, but gets all sorted out. Ashen still in the lead, slows down for the ramp so that he doesn't get turned over like Floxit just did. And we also saw Vlad getting flipped over there after the jump. I'm not sure what happened there. Ashen might have had to get a flip.
Well, Floxit, this might be it for Floxit, but we have the big ramp coming up. Ashen is getting a huge amount of acceleration.
They don't know. They don't know. They can't get up that way. They can't get up that way.
I think Ashen is trying to figure... Riles has figured it out. Riles has figured it out. Ashen and Vlad are seeing that. Although we have seen Ashen reverse up a ramp in the previous race.
Yeah, we did. We did. But not going to work out right here. Floxit struggling. Can't seem to figure it out. And he starts to drive away. No, he's trying to get extra gas. Maybe he didn't see what the others did in order to get up. I do believe that is going to be it for Floxit. We see everyone else getting out, making their way through.
And yeah, it's 260. Ashen and Vlad are already in the final, so
that's gonna be
they
it.
are gonna make it. Floxit still can't make it up. He went to spec, or he was with the spec.
So
this could have lasted a lot longer if Riles didn't figure out that quick. Interesting that Ashen says he just copied, because I saw him reversing on Museum. I guess it was maybe not intentional. That one was improv. Okay. Okay, so these 3 people still have a chance to be eliminated, though they're not fully safe. And it's gonna be R2D2, which is another quite unique car, and they probably don't even know it that well. It was actually made by me, and it was based off an old car from RV Tip Top.
That's right.
Called Speedy Track, although it's probably available on other sites as well. That's where I first saw it personally.
Well,
So,
this is a pod track. It's a pod track that I like quite a lot. I think a good number of the pod tracks are really well designed, but they're not in the IO packs. This is an example of one. I'm a really big fan of this. There is a bit of a shortcut. We'll see if they go for it. If they don't, they are able to hit it.
remember to honk. Yeah, some of these cars definitely have interesting honks. I do think Eggdog had an interesting one. Or
Yeah.
maybe just the engine sound itself.
So last
So,
place
3 laps.
will be eliminated here. Exactly 3 laps. I'm expecting that they don't know this line, and they also don't know this car, if you can call it a car. It's a bit of a mashup here. We got Star Wars and Pod.
Yeah, this is definitely a bit of a space race. And Ashen is the worst
they go.
during the start, but they all mess it up here. And Vlad is having difficulties trying to recover. One of them is getting eliminated, and Viles just made a mistake there. Oh, what
Too
happened
much
to Ashen there?
speed. They got a repo.
The collision of this car is definitely smaller than the visible body itself. As we could see, as we could maybe see from Ashen's crash there. Oh, he's making this part really well.
Whoa! Ashen getting launched.
Yeah, they might be starting to get a bit of a feel for the car.
That's right. It's such a good handling car. It's so stable. It's just extremely fast.
Yeah, and also they are driving this right after the clockwork, which had like barely any grip.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't even go up there. Yeah, so even I don't know the track too well.
Ashen goes for the shortcut and he hits it. It's not gonna matter though. Lost too
Yeah,
much
he only
speed on
lost
it.
time overall.
Ryals in the back. He is on the chopping block at the moment. 100 meters to make up. Now they are going all over the place. And there's the honk coming out. Remember now, Ashen, too focused on the honk, not focused enough on that blind turn. And Ryals missing it as well. Ryals getting launched backwards. The pressure is mounting.
Oh, Ashen gets a lucky landing in the meantime. He hit the same thing he hit the previous 2 laps. Wow, he's now getting launched. Oh, what kind of route is that? I don't think it's gonna be very beneficial.
He was so close to Ryals for a second there. It isn't going to end up resulting in anything. Ashen holds onto his advantage and he holds onto his life in this game. Ryals is going to be eliminated. However,
okay, so this is the time when power its bonus expires. He didn't need to use it at all. He was performing well. There's gonna be 10 people left, and the next race will be another pod track. And I don't know what car, so I'm waiting for Honk.
it is just
on
going to be
Pro.
IO Pros.
Frost is still on spec. I think he just hit the wrong button because he was on that before. Pod spin is one of the shortest tracks. I do know we discussed it for actual time trials before. And it ended up being a no, I'm pretty sure it's not on the sheet. But it's a quite enjoyable track, and
I love
I
this
said
track.
10 laps.
Yeah, we set it to 2 laps.
Oh wait, I mixed it
in-
up with another track,
Okay,
but
okay.
I still know this track. The start location is one of the most fun ones.
I actually
The fa-
don't know that.
It's really satisfying to find, and there's also many different paths. So if someone knows the track, they're definitely at an advantage here.
Yup.
Vlad losing a bit of a speed there,
Wow.
but he's gonna make that.
Vlad
I think
empowering with
Vlad-
the shortcut. This is a blind shortcut, but 4 of them managing to hit it just by going straight on.
I think
Frost.
Powder is just following Vlad at the moment.
Ah. I do believe
So-
Vlad seems to love the pod tracks. He's nailing this one. Now let's
So-
go back towards the back.
Yeah, the bottom 2 is what's gonna matter.
We see GG as well as Epsima locked into a battle. GG was looking all right, but then he fell down into some toxic waste or something. Kiki is going to be 1 position away from being inserted into the next elimination challenge, but 60 meters. Kiki with the fast repo, fast reaction speeds. Now let's see about Epsima. Yep, Epsima, quick reaction speeds. GG. Gonna go straight in, realize you can't go that way and be set the proper way. So GG getting very far back, but Epsima quite close to Kiki here. Now as for Kiki, Kiki's about 80 meters from everyone else, so Kiki seems
Yeah, it's
to be
between the 2 of them. It seems like, although Xerdium is closer, but this might not be accurate. This might be a bit of information, as there are many different paths, and
Exactly.
the gaps might differ based on the paths you go.
Kiki so close to nailing that shortcut jump, has the bomb on him, and he actually repos into last place. Now, like you just mentioned, might potentially have an issue with how that information is being recorded. We will have to wait and see, but for the moment, it does look like GG has potentially passed up Epsima and Kiki somehow.
It looked like Epsima had an X somewhere, which was weird to see. He definitely repoed, and he repoed in a similar spot, so... But GG is 60 meters ahead, and this is the
Yeah.
fight that matters.
Well, GG struggling again, but is going to be able to straighten it out. Maybe almost getting lost a bit there. Epsima, if he knows this track, he might be able to pull it out still. It could happen. GG heading into some blind turns here. He's going to have to remember what happened in the lap before on the horizontal or vertical-ish wall ride there, and there is
But
the ending.
he's gonna make it, and Epsima and Kiki are gonna be the ones in danger. So it's exactly the same challenge as we had last time. I think this was one of the most fun ones, especially seeing the outcome. People also have the chance of killing them, so they might want to go on different cars. Although, we'll see. Because only Kiki and Epsima can get eliminated. Do they want to eliminate them? Yes, they can kill them both. There's no rules regarding that. Only that if they fall, they are eliminated. For the kill for sure.
Yeah.
So they might be using repos as a strategy actually, because the track has no repos, so you'll stay at a similar spot.
Somebody Frost goes off immediately. Now, the people we're watching, we see Epsima. Did Kiki fall? No, Kiki has not fallen. Epsima has not fallen. Some people are falling off though. Kiki knocked to the edge. She able to recover. And
It doesn't look like the best car because it's sliding around when he brakes, but he's avoiding the cars really well. He got some luck too. They're
Epsima's
both still on.
Kiki
Power it,
knocked
Kiki
off.
up.
Now
That's it for Kiki. That's the best spot for elimination. Epsima's still going, but he's being really careful.
He is
and
being
GG
hounded. Oh!
Oh, GG doesn't manage to knock him off there. He's in the final turn. That's gonna be the start finish line. Epsimo makes it through. Tiki fell off at the most victimized spot of the track. Eliminated by Powerade. I definitely seen people doing eliminations in that section before. And because you have to slow down because there's a small jump, but the upcoming car, the car coming behind you, can still jump into you and basically launch you, which is what happened to Kiki too. Participants in. And they'll be starting in 3, 2, 1. And the trolleys are going. Let's see how they can handle some sections of this track.
This is going to be quite the challenge. Frost having some issues.
People who knew the line here might benefit more from that on the trolley than on the UFO.
Very true.
Oh, Ashen gets really lucky there. So last person is getting eliminated and Vlad is 100 meters behind the rest of the pack.
People getting caught up in those trolleys, and Vlad has passed Zeri.
Yeah, Xerdion got stuck there and Vlad almost hit him. If I was Xerdion, I would have tried to block Vlad. Oh wow,
It's
but he's gonna be going for the boost. He's going for the boost.
It's not over, but now it just might be. But wait, Vlad caught up.
But he's still struggling.
Wow.
It's not gonna be enough for Xerdion though.
So close. So, unfortunate exit for Xerdion there.
I mean, they're different black skins, but they're all black. So it's time for last man standing. And they're going. They might be camping a bit, but it's probably not in their interest. Someone blew up, I believe. Is everyone still on?
This would be a good time for free cam, but I don't have TV time on. We see a couple batteries
someone fall
being
up
cycled.
already.
And well, that means that they can get the star. And oil comes out early on in the middle.
Yeah, but do they know they can get the star? That's the question.
They take it, and people are falling off on the back of that massive shockwave. So we've got, I believe, 3 blue and 1 black are left in this. If I'm seeing it correctly.
Actually, two blue and 1 black.
2 blue and 1 black.
3 people left. Ashen is a strong fighter. I don't think he has. I think he has experience in elements before, so. But it's up against Frost and G.
It's a big ask. It's really quite a big ask for him to handle this 1v2 with both of them.
He slid onto the dark blue section on the outside. He now has a zap. Frost had a battery, I believe. Yeah, I don't think he can utilize the zap too well.
He could try to pile it up and now go for a rocket or something if he has it. Nope, doesn't seem to have another pickup to go with it. It activates another zap and then gets a rocket. Unfortunately, it's not going to be all of them and falls up.
The winning team is blue.
Okay, so
honestly, Frost and G could have tried something that would have sacrificed the other, because one of them would have stayed on and that would have still provided them with a win. And G almost fell off with those shots. So they are gonna be the ones with the elimination challenge. It's not the first time for Ashen in this lobby, and the same goes for Vlad. They both survived.
Welcome. So, as we head into Rally Montignolo,
Ashen picking the card that seems the most fitting visually. We'll see if it also handles it well.
Very true. Epsima.
Physically. Gigi and Ashen get an early lead. Vlad is behind them. Vlad and Epsima seem to be struggling a bit so far. These are the harder sections of the track. This is where we've seen the Toyeka struggle. When we had the actual Revolt Cash Cup here. And they have to slow down a bit there. They handled it quite well though.
They're absolutely tearing through this challenge, having no issues at all. Ashen losing a little bit of
across,
speed.
and that also cost him second place. Is now right, well, not right in front of Epsima. Vlad makes a mistake. Ashen sliding around. Now Ashen is in last. Last place gets eliminated. Vlad and Epsima are fighting.
We're approaching the end. We are approaching the end of the lap. It is one singular lap on Rally.
Lead.
Ashen pushing Epsima, taking over that third place position. Epsima
Yeah, and
on the back
Ashen
foot.
slid a bit there, but he managed to pass Epsima because Epsima made a bigger mistake. And that might be it for Epsima.
It's not
who
quite
only has
over
a few
yet.
times left.
There's still a good amount of this race. Despite what I thought, there is this one portion. Yep, Ashen losing a bunch of speed there. It's not going to prove to be enough, but one more turn and one after that, and Ashen holds on. It is going to be Epsima eliminated.
Yeah, well played to Epsima. He made one mistake that was really costly. He would have been close with Ashen otherwise. But he lost. He did lose like 5 seconds with that one. And we're gonna be moving on to the round of 7. If I can call it that.
You absolutely may do so.
We're gonna be racing Steve. I don't know that car personally. If I had to guess, I associate that name strongly with the Minecraft character, which might be the theme of the car. Honk probably knows that better. And we'll be racing it on Snowland 1.
To be honest with you, I just thought that Steve was a very fun car that handled well and visually looked quite funny. So that's what I went with. And
Which
we
is how
are,
it should be.
Yep, we are headed right into our next track, Steve, on Snowland 1. We got 4 laps coming out.
And the minecarts are rolling. They're picking up the pickups. And GG with the zap.
Nice
Seems
little
like,
zap to start us off.
The other players didn't manage to route the electricity away well.
Ashen is going to be hitting that. Now keep in mind, the bottom 3, so almost half of the lobby here is going to be entered into the next elimination challenge, which is yet to be revealed exactly what it is, but they're not going to be familiar with it.
Kilabarus is having issues with the shortcut. He had to go back a bit and now he's in last.
Going all in on that shortcut.
It's gonna be power race we might want to look at. Oh, there's gonna be a star. Wow.
Double star coming out, 5th place for Power 8. It's not good enough. 65 meters to catch GG. Frost seems to have gotten zapped or was standing by or something that happened there with Frost. He's going to be taking that 5th place position. The top 4, and that was a missed AI node, if I understand this track correctly. Maybe not by Power 8. Did seem to stop there for a moment. Going to be falling down to 5th.
Yeah, it's actually positional notes that determine that, and he definitely had to correct himself a bit. Not sure
Ah.
if he did that because he was sure about it or he wanted to save. Regardless, 5 to 7 are gonna be the ones who go to the challenge, and that's Ashen, Kilovarus, and Vlad at the moment. But Ashen is really close to power it, and Gigi's also there. I have to say the car is really fun to watch.
Yeah,
It's really well made.
that's what I'm saying.
Ashen doing the shortcut well, but it was about as effective as snowballs in a PvP fight.
He's also going to be slowing down on that second cut, the more common cut with the bridges, and isn't going to be. Well, he's going to get a nice.
And
little...
he's fighting Gigi at the moment, and that's a big rocket
into the wall.
Oh!
Into the shockwave.
Shockwave.
Killer.
He respawned in the middle of the danger.
G getting shot big time, has to miss that shortcut inside the castle, and away they
he
go.
was actually running away from Ashen.
Killer.
So what we want.
Killer just caught Ashen Forest. Ashen went in reverse, and he has to get a full repo. That is going to be Ashen more than likely in the next race. In fact, we've got one more remaining. Safe.
GG.
It
GG
is
is having
going to be Killer.
difficulties.
So,
But GG survives, and Ashen is gonna be at the back.
GG, Vlad, and Ashen are going to be all three in the next immunity challenge, which is going to be Skiing Paradise with Steve. Now, I do believe this is your track.
Yep. It's a very interesting track with ski lifts. Also, welcome BGM then. The competition has been going quite interestingly. I think the challenges are nice. Players do have some frustrations with some of these, but the point of this event is to have a bit of ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We do have Vlad having to empty his bladder for just a moment, has been in the thick of things for a while now, is now being put back into that hot seat that we've been referring to.
So I see a question in the chat in the meantime.
Yes.
Skiing Paradise has repos. There are some shortcuts where you have to go back, where you repo back. Otherwise, you can repo.
Just, Skiing Paradise, we're only gonna have one lap here. There's a couple no repo sections. Will they go for it?
So they are going straight down there. They don't know the line.
Gonna be sliding off there. And we got some more tricky portions. Ashen almost sliding off. Now there's a forking path up here. Which way do they take? Left and right, both being taken. Ashen has to correct himself, and it works out. GG looking super fast. Now Vlad having some issues.
Yeah, Vlad is definitely struggling. GG just makes him.
GG goes for the no repo path. If he falls off, this could be the end. Wait. He does get repoed. Is that how it works?
Yeah, he gets
the repo at the
repoed.
start.
You repo back before that zone.
I thought no repo as in that's it. I was like, holy shit. But it is still going to be Vlad. Now they're going into the ski lift. Now GG doesn't seem to know about it. Does he go for it? There's also a way through the parking lot. Where is he going? He's gonna go to the side. GG doesn't know. He's going out to the side. Vlad is waiting for the lift.
GG is gonna be well off with that, I think. It's got up quite fast, and Vlad is gonna lose a bit of time, struggling to get off the ski lift. Yeah, GG is already up there. Let's see where they come out compared to each other. GG is going to be ahead.
Oh no!
Not with a huge advantage, but he is ahead, and that should be enough unless he makes a big mistake here.
It's gonna take a lot for GG to fail here. And it is going to be Vlad.
Vlad gets eliminated, and 6 players go on, and 2 from this race, which will be Ashen and Gigi. And we also have a very interesting car coming up, which is namely Sebastian Vettel, which is a pasta version of a Formula 1 car, obviously named after Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel. And it's gonna be TGO Frigid Peaks, which I am noticing that Honk really likes to use in events. It's definitely an interesting track to spectate because there's hard sections and tight shortcuts and all that.
I specifically chose this track because Sebastian is extremely wide and the Frigid Peaks shortcuts are extremely narrow, at least the entryways. So we'll add, Ashen is still in this race from 13th from when there were 13 remaining, and he got the initial power up that is currently inactive. It will be activated on the next track if he can make it. Otherwise, if he is the one who's eliminated in this race, it will go to the person who gets first place on this race. The zap already coming out. G knows that shortcut.
Oh wow, the whole field gets zapped. Ashen is going for it, he can make it.
Some of them don't know. Killa and GG seem to not know that specific shortcut. Frost seems to be entirely lost as well, and Frost has got his work cut out for him as GG zaps Ashen.
Ashen gets zapped, yeah, and it's at quite a bad spot, but he's still in fourth, so it seems to be between Frost and Killabarus at the moment. Frost does shot Killabarus, so Killabarus is running last. They can't go side by side into that shortcut, so we'll see. They have to wait and line up a bit for that.
Is not taking the shortcut. Neither Frost nor Killa are taking the shortcut, even though everyone else in the lobby is, and I think it's setting them behind quite a bit. We see 75 meters. Well, actually, it's going down quite quickly as GG seems to have gotten caught up for a moment on that shortcut. Killa also taking that shortcut now. Wasn't taking it before. They're headed to lap 3, so they got 2 tries remaining at these shortcuts. GG quickly coming up ahead of them, and GG is going to run into the tunnel entrance. Frost
oh no!
Taking the shortcut. GG and Killa.
They aren't taking it, and it's a fight between them. They crash, and Killabarus is gonna be having difficulties here, but GG too. Killa gets blown up, but it has a bigger effect than I imagined because the 2 wheels got over the fence and he couldn't move.
They're headed into their last lap. Killabarus is going to need a miracle to happen. Has not been taking that shortcut that Sebastian Vettel can just barely fit into.
Let's bring out the safety car maybe.
So yeah, GG still opting to not take that shortcut. Killa with the battery, well, actually it seems like it just ended.
He's taking the smaller cut here. I don't know if it means as much, but GG done. Is on the definition.
It's done.
So, Killabarus is eliminated. And it's time for Ashen's bonus. I saw he was saying that the player GG didn't know about the gun, but it was him saying good game and not knowing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next up is gonna be a battle tag map on which is Fairgrounds. I don't know if this was made by the same author. I believe he converted some sections, but I'm not sure. I haven't really played it before. But what I do know is that Ashen is getting the advantage.
And pickups are on. Pickups are absolutely on.
Be 5 players left regardless. And Ashen is gonna be getting the star. Does he know where it is? Oh, he's also going for the pickup. And he has the star. They're gonna be in proximity of him. He's already running away.
Yep.
And they're about to be able to go. And it's go time. Ashen used the battery really well. He blows up.
It's a fake
Wow,
out
that's
of nowhere.
really great. That's great utilization of his advantage though. And he can get it back right now.
20 seconds left for Ashen. Everyone else, 1 minute.
And it's GG with it now. We usually call it it. Or I don't know if we usually call it that. We can just call it SAR, I guess.
Yeah, whatever we want to call it. Basically, if somebody in the chat hasn't played Battle Tag, the reason that that person is glowing green is because they currently are in control of the star. Somebody's going to be trying to take it. It's going to be Ashen, and he's going to be handing it right off the Powerade. Is put back into GG's hands. GG under 30 seconds. Frost holds it for 10, going on 10 seconds. Is trying to outrun everyone else in the Humma. Battery comes out on the Patriot.
Ashen had a good look of that and had a good overview, but he didn't manage to get it until now. Now he has it.
He's getting away with it.
There.
And he's brought back to reality by G on the Patriot. G should be looking pretty good despite the issues he's had so far since he has a Patriot. Now, 18 seconds for GG. Time is ticking for both Ashen and GG.
Patriot has both advantages and disadvantages. But also, with his ping, it's a bit harder to get the start. But it's also harder for the other players to get the start from him.
Right.
Because it's similar to zapping players with typing.
Jumping over their heads, getting that extra 1 second. GG is almost out of time. The bomb goes up, but it's not going to hit Frost. He's going for a jump, gonna lose speed. It is going to be G taking it back. Under 40 seconds for G.
Frost making a shortcut that seemed decent at the time, but it was not enough to catch G. However, Ashen did seem to catch him now, and GG as well.
GG
it's
and
Ashen who has
Ashen.
it now. He jumps over the fence.
Passes it back to Frost.
Ashen was reversing for a bit, and oh, it's gonna be cheese. It's gonna be cheese. Frost jumped right into G's path.
Ashen with the nice steal for just a moment. Gonna be going back in Powerade's hands. Now Powerade is in the back right now in 5th place. 12 seconds behind Frost, who's in 4th. But that time is ticking quite quickly. Going down to 5 seconds for Frost remaining. 3 seconds. And Powerade still in last, but he's closed the gap quite a lot. G-Force on the Patriot with 15 seconds. Goes for a massive jump. Fakes out Powerade, but Powerade gets it back. 30 seconds remain for Powerade.
He managed to avoid Frost, but
A
two
massive...
other cards were in his pass. He's now having it back. It's interesting what you do in those situations. Maybe it's better if you pass it and then try to get it back immediately.
Frost.
Because you know there's multiple cards around you. Powerade has it back again.
Time
and
is ticking. Last play. The Powerade was in 5th place. He's only got 5 seconds left. Patriot.
Ashen also managed to zap Powerade, but then G got in his way.
Frost.
And G is gonna run out of time here. He's gonna be winning this, it seems. Oh my, what a fly. What a flight. And Ashen takes it. I think he was waiting patiently for a bait before someone else took it from G. And now Ashen finishes.
Frost is very far behind right now. He's got 18 seconds and Powerade has it. Frost may be getting eliminated right here unless he can steal it from Powerade. And he's not able to, but he's gonna come in 3rd. GG with no time. It is Frost eliminated in Battle Tag.
Frost was the winner of the previous game show. Wait, One behind, so And I believe I got third, so we have none of the podium in this podium. None of the podium from
Wow.
that, I mean. And this is nice, I think, having different winners and different top performers in this event. So how many can get eliminated here?
Potentially everyone.
Oh, okay.
Potentially
So this,
everyone.
we'll see. This could be the end of the event.
It could be. This really could be it. We will see if they go for the gold, potentially get punished for it, or if they just take it slow and steady.
Frost had Hama selected and left Joker on. Okay. Gigi did switch, I believe. Okay. So, who can survive out of here? Can they all survive? They're gonna be hugging the inside. I
Oh!
don't think. Are they gonna go for the win? Power is already
Power
falling.
off!
I mean, a bonus is nice, but survival too.
Survival is very, very, very nice.
Ashen is
Ashen.
clearly going safe.
Yep. I said it doesn't matter how long it takes you now. Each lap, only about 20 seconds. You can make it be 40 seconds if you wanted to.
Oh, G is going quite aggressively. I think that's his usual driving mentality and driving style. He's going risk, and he's gonna lap Ashen.
Does he go for a hit here? I feel like there's no way just to eliminate Ashen Forest right here. He might try to. It looks like he's giving him the space, and G is actually on the last lap. Oh, GG fell! GG fell, so the finale is between Ashen and G. But Ashen has to finish.
Ashen still has a lap to go. This is really a nail biter, even though he's all by himself. This is a really difficult task. One of the hardest no-repo tracks, and it's a drift car. Ashen is honking.
Honk of Peace, one of his legendary honks of peace, probably coming out as he tries to maneuver his way up the last little.
He's gonna be able to make it. He's gonna make it. And
So-
with that, G and Ashen get into the final. So G is gonna be able to call a brevet in the first minute of the finale, which is gonna be Eggdog again. So if Ashen gets off to an advantage, G gets a second chance. If G gets off to an advantage, then that could be it. He's gonna have to judge it well. It's gonna be a bit like in, I don't know, maybe in Trackmania event. You have like 1 minute left, you're at the start of a run, you're at a bit of an advantage. Do you want to restart or do you not? I guess if G is ahead, he won't want to restart, and otherwise he will. But he could also be punishing himself.
That's right. Absolutely right. And as they go with the egg dog on Mycelium, 8 laps, no pickups. This is going to be our grand finale.
Fast track, 8 laps, egg dog. This is chaos. This is what this has been leading up to.
Right.
And also, I will say that it's a fitting finale for this event.
Truly is. We started and finished with egg dog.
She got a better start. He started on the left side, and that maybe gave him an advantage because of the elevation change there. Ash is going strong though.
He goes for the re. G is called for the re. The re comes out. We are going to be having a re. G gets cut off.
So we do see the bonus in action.
The bonus coming out in the finale. This is the true 1v1 for all the marbles. In this case, $10 USD worth of marbles. If they choose, that's how they want to spend their money. And we will be seeing Mycelium with the egg dog. Now, Mycelium is by Zyno.
This time, Ashen starts on the left.
Yes.
Which I was wrong. It didn't give an advantage to G in the previous round. But it's still only 2 meters behind. G is not gonna mess up this section up this time though. He probably learned.
And that's gonna be a repo. Ashen with the massive disadvantage. Lap
it's 8
one.
laps though.
Very
it's 8
true.
laps and this is not an easy gun, not an easy track.
G's off the track. G is entirely off the track. He has to go for full repo. Ashen gets to see that, gets to prepare for it. He's gonna have to get full repo as well. G.
It seems like he's losing less of time with it though, a bit less. It's one mistake. Generally one mistake costs about 30 to 40 meters, I'd say. But this time, with the slow cars and with the horrible acceleration, momentum matters a lot.
Yes. So as
even
they're barking their way around, G has to go for a full repo once again, giving Ashen a bit of a window of opportunity into this, but he has to nail it, and he does!
Ashen learned the turn from the previous lap. He definitely realized that you should go wider on that entry, and now he's only 20 meters behind because of that.
Insane execution by Ashen. It pays him dividends. G maybe feeling a bit confident once he got the repo or the re into that big advantage, but so far it has not been working out. It's going to be Ashen off, but he tries to make a full recovery and
Is he getting X'd? No, he isn't.
Not surprisingly, not going to get X there, but it is going to be minus 100 meters. They are headed into lap number 5.
Yeah, it's about 100 meters. I do feel that both of these drivers adapt well to new circumstances.
Extremely well.
But this time it's G messing up this turn. Ashen
forgot about it. The pressure getting to him.
I don't think he forgot about it. He just had way too much speed, and it's really hard to slow these dogs down.
These egg dogs have got to be stopped, and Ashen choosing not to stop at that point. Maybe forgot. Maybe.
Do you have a choice to stop with it?
Very true. Very true. Neither here nor there. All that matters is that G climbing further ahead for the moment. We've seen G make a number of mistakes all in one spot so far. He did make a mistake on the first track, partly influenced by Ashen.
Rolls over in the meantime, so it's 160 meters.
Right onto a ramp. It is going to be G breaking away. 200 meters. Lap 7 of 8. G's gotta lock it down.
Yeah, Ashen is having a really bad lap here, and I think it probably cost him any chance he had left. We still have 2 laps, but it's 230 meters, and G generally doesn't make mistakes this big.
Regardless of what happens, I think that we can all agree that Ashen had an incredible performance. As I say, G having a pretty large mistake, but it's not going to be on a ramp or anything like that, causing him to roll down. It is going to be a pretty smooth recovery as he's on the final lap. As I was saying, Ashen has put on such an incredible performance so far, getting first place with the new Route Master, earning him an advantage that he then used with 5 people remaining. He made it all the way to 5 people left, got that advantage, got him locked down into that second place. It is going to be G crossing the finish line. Ashen gonna go ahead and finish the race.
G is definitely satisfied with the dog's performance. I think both of them did really well in this event to even get here. We've had some quite good players here, so top
Really?
2 is
Yeah.
definitely. It shows how diverse the 2 of them can be, because we've had Battle Tide, we've had No Repo, and they survived those. Speaking of Ashen, he survived a bunch of elimination challenges as well. He got close to being eliminated, but he didn't in the end.
Unfortunate for him. It makes me want to split the prize pool, but we did say winner take all is going to be G, taking more of that RVCC money with a wonderful first place finish. Quite a performance by him. I don't believe he got any bonuses, but made it there all the same. Congratulations. All of the racers here should be feeling quite accomplished though, especially Ashen. Definitely has the what it takes to be able to make it happen next time.
Well, make sure to follow the channel. If you want to participate too, hit that subscribe button, because generally RVCCs are entered using that. We'll
Yes.
be having a bit of a new format in next month, so
Yes, we will be split into pro and amateur divisions. So if you've wanted to be competing but just have felt like the competition is a bit too strong, well, pro is going to have their own division and amateur will have theirs as well. So feel free to ask me any questions, DM me. You know, this is Honk in any of the Revolt communities. Just let me know and we'd be happy to get you set up. Now, you also are going to want to follow hotseat_GG if you like Revolt competitive action. There's the Revolt Racing League hosted by Hot Seat GG. That was a League of Legends reference from a very long time ago if you got that. But be sure to follow them. hotseat_GG is their Twitch channel, and we are going to be commentating stuff from there as well. Now, we're going to be signing off for now, but we'll be right back in about 5 minutes with the Revolt Racing League Division